All right. What's up? Happy Friday. Hope everybody's having a good week. You know the routine. We're going to sit tight for a minute, get some people on here. So if you are seeing this, share it, comment on it, let me know you're there. Good morning, JD, you beautiful bastard, you. How you doing, brother? Sarah, good morning. How are you, ma'am? Thank you for jumping on, both of you. Appreciate you. Do me a favor, hit the share button. Let's get this out there. Got some important stuff going on today. Yeah, like I said, happy Friday. I'm just gonna take a minute here, see if we can get some more people on, and we will get this party started. So, let me do this first. I'm going to embarrass a few people in a good way, in a loving way. I do it in a loving way. Want to say happy birthday to a few people here, and I'm texting one of them right now. All right, I want to say happy birthday to some special people in my life. First off, my mother-in-law, who is an amazing woman, and blessed to have her in my life. So, Ma, happy birthday, and wish I could be down there with you guys today. Hope you guys have fun. So, happy birthday. Another birthday to a very special friend who I've known for very many years. And she is a member of the HMG family, actually. And if you followed me for years, you've heard her voice. She's co-hosted the Decision Hour with me for about a year and a half. But Patty Catter, Patty, happy 29th birthday again. In all seriousness, my friend, happy birthday. Blessed to have you in our lives. So thank you for everything that you do. So two very special ladies in my life I want to give a shout out to this morning. And a happy birthday to anybody else that I'm not mentioning that has a birthday today. Say happy birthday. Let me know that your birthday's out there. Who else do we got? Oh, you know what? There's a few more as just pop up. This is the nice thing about social media is that you get this. I got to give a huge shout out to my uncle, my uncle Louis, my uncle Chris, aka Lou. I'm sure he'll see this eventually, but he was actually one of the reasons why I joined the military. He's a West Point grad. Just kind of the funny guy of the family and whatnot. So, Uncle Lou, when you watch this, man, love you. Appreciate your support and everything, and I hope you have a wonderful birthday. My friend Loam out in San Francisco. She's an amazing individual. Happy birthday. And an old buddy of mine, Ryan Medley, down there in the Scottsdale area. He's a broker down there. Happy birthday. So happy birthday to all you March folks out there. Patty, you are most welcome, my friend. I appreciate you and love you to death. No mush. So uh, I love it. I love it. Let me get caught up here. Busy training for a big bike ride from Arlington to Gettysburg in April. Gettysburg isn't too far from us, Sarah. Gettysburg isn't too far from me. So good stuff. Good stuff. No, right. No mush, Patty. No mush. We don't do that. We don't do mush. We don't do mush. Um, Listen, let's. Uh, how many of you guys are tracking this TikTok thing? How many of you? First of all, how many people are on TikTok? I actually HMG was on TikTok and then we took it off. I took it off. I made that executive decision a year ago, year and a half ago, after reading some of the fine print on it. But yesterday's CEO met up with. It took a lot of heat from about data security from the U.S. lawmakers. So the CEO of TikTok was on the Hill yesterday, and things got heated yesterday. I watched some of the outtakes on it. We got actually a couple people down there kind of feeding me some information. And he said it's something else. The big thing that you're going to see in the news, if you Google, and I hate using Google, don't use Google. Use like one of the other search engines like DuckDuckGo or something. And that's not a promotion to them. I'm not getting paid or anything like that. But use one of these other search engines and type in TikTok takes heat and see what comes up. And you're going to see that there are several news organizations with that very, very similar tagline, headline on it. And then when you look at who those organizations are and you dig a little bit deeper, you're going to understand more and more why. This is all stuff that I've talked about over the years about critical thinking and thinking for yourselves, and it's all coming full circle right now. And this is a prime example with this TikTok stuff. Ken, good morning, brother. Appreciate you jumping on as always, my friend. So yeah, this TikTok thing, somebody made the argument that if the U.S. government bans TikTok, allegedly that could go against freedom of speech. Now, I could see that in a sense, but if this is a how do I want to say this? If this is a company that's in China, it's a China own company, how is that violating freedom of speech? Serious question. I think that's something that needs to be discussed. Like, how do we go over that, especially if there's alleged ties with the Chinese government? I'm not saying that it's tied. I'm saying that allegedly. This is all stuff. Don't take my word for it. Go out and look this stuff up because this stuff's important. You're going to start seeing some things, and you're going to be able to put more and more of the puzzle pieces together. So it looked more like really. Do you think it looked more like an interrogation, JD? I mean, are you a fan of it? I'm personally, I'm not. I don't use it. Nobody wants to see a middle-aged guy, fat guy dancing around. So that's why I haven't used it. Let me see. They're not saying that you can't say it. Yeah, that's true too. Ken sipping on some of that Brazilian. Yeah, buddy. I tell you what, Ken. That's and I know you got the whole bean last time, which is perfect. I like doing the whole bean, grinding it, and then doing a slow pour over on it. I don't want anything. Patty, what do you watch on it, Patty? I don't know. I'm not a TikTok fan. I don't use the platform. For many reasons. One of it was the security stuff, and it could be this could just be a red flag or a false front. Whether you use TikTok or not doesn't matter to me. The point is that the point that I'm making is that right now the CEO is in DC and got drilled yesterday. And JD called it more like an interrogation. And I can see that, but then that kind of raises some other flags for me then is like, okay, well, if the government's so hell-bent on shutting this down, then what is it that the government's worried? Is it really from the security side of things? Like, is TikTok collecting people's information here in the United States? And that's been an ongoing talk for a few years now about them collecting people's data and stuff that use that platform. The other thing is, and I've seen this a lot over the last 6 months, is TikTok users in China and in the Far East see different things than what we see here in the West. And and if you compare the two, it's night and day difference. And I don't want to say they're trying to dumb us down, you know, but that one could make that argument if that makes sense. I'd be banned on it in a week. I don't know, Ken. That sounds like a challenge, man. Challenge. That's Uh, Patty, I get it. Here's the thing. See, I'm not a Google fan. I don't use Google. I don't. I'll use Gmail. I have a Gmail account for some stuff, but like I won't use Google's algorithms. I don't trust their analytics or their algorithms, and whatnot. It's one of those big tech things. The big tech companies, and we know the big four for social media. We're on one of the platforms. Um, and you look at some of the other social media platforms and whatnot, it's over the years you think one can make the argument that, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. Well, now we're just kind of catching up to that. Here's another thing. You look at this whole TikTok thing in China collecting information, and kind of tensions are high with Russia and China right now anyway. uh and we're kind of like behind 12 years behind China in technology. We're not the most technological company or country that's out there anymore. If you look at it, like the AI systems and the autonomous systems and stuff like that, the drones, all that kind of stuff, like they're leaps and bounds ahead of the United States right now. And you won't see that because you won't see that on the news. You won't read about it much here in the West unless you kind of dig in for it. And I have people that are in that business or in that industry. My friend Hans is written, I don't know, half a dozen books on AI and drone warfare. So it's kind of like, that's how I know that stuff. Patty, you remember Hans? Yeah, made in China. And here's the other thing, find stuff that's made in the U.S. Let's bring some of the manufacturing jobs. I'm getting down a rabbit hole here, so I'm going to stop right there for a minute. So check out the TikTok stuff and read about it and see what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting to see what happens over the course of the next several months, and especially with social media as a whole. Are we going to start seeing a trend with social media and a difference of what's going to happen with some of these platforms that have been around for a while? Because you got newer platforms that are popping up, like, Gab Social has been around for, I don't know, a couple years now. There was MeWe, Gitter, True Social, Parlor was another one, and then you have Rumble that's starting to compete with YouTube. So you're starting to see more and more social media platforms and stuff come up as well. So are we going to see a kind of a changing of the guards, moving forward with some of the stuff? It's going to be interesting. That's all I'm saying. And again, I'm not saying one thing or the other. I'm saying go out and look, do your own research, come to your own conclusion. That's what I'm going to say. Let's shift it from TikTok real quick. Another topic that I've seen, and this has been probably over the course of the last year and a half or so, but I saw something on social media the other day: budget cuts to veteran benefits. I'm going to just let that sink in for a second. Budget cuts to veteran benefits. It's a thing. A couple weeks ago, I believe it was like March 8th, 9th, something like that, President Biden stated his proposal will cut the nation's deficit by nearly $3 trillion over a 10-year span, as the federal debt will surpass the size of the United States economy within the next decade. Some concerns have been tossed around about cutting veterans' benefits. Is it going to happen? There's a lot of talk going around about it. Now, is this the first time that they've talked about it? No. But let's just say for this argument that it does happen. The total number of impacted veterans, roughly right now, according to the CBO's own accounting, would be roughly 1.5 million people who have served in the armed forces. That's a lot. and it's not just veterans benefits that are on the chopping block. You know, the military is on the chopping block again as well. But let's go back. It's highly unlikely that, and I doubt that it would even happen. However, uh, what's going to happen is you'll probably see a downgrade in the quality, the access, and the timeliness of care, and that's already it's already been, you know, a horrible. You know, the VA hasn't been. Let's face it, the some of the VAs around the country haven't been that great. Arizona, Phoenix, I'm calling them out. I don't give a shit. Like, Phoenix VA was horrible, absolutely horrible. It was rated the number one worst VA in the country several years ago. Okay, um, horrible care at the Phoenix VA. Can I? Yeah. See, I don't. I don't get that. I don't get that. And here's the other thing about that is, like, you know, do we have, you know, our government, we can afford to go to war, but we can't afford the cleanup of it, or the what the causes of it. And some's going to argue, like, well, you know, it was you volunteered for it, you did this, and this, right? But in the fine print, it also said if anything happens to us, that we would be taken care of. Are we? That's a question I'm asking. I'm asking you guys: do you feel like the government is taking care of the veterans the way that we should be taken care of? Yeah, Patty. Hopefully. So it's interesting because I look at this and it's like, so what else? And 1.5 million veterans. But again, do I think this? Do I personally think this is going to happen? Now, here's my Adam Bird's personal opinion. Do I think it's going to happen? Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. I don't think they're going to cut into our benefits, but I do think where they'll cut into is uh, the care side of it. I do think that the care, like getting appointments and stuff like that, I think it's going to be harder for us. Or I think the duration between appointments and things that are needed uh, are going to worsen. So that's what I think. And some of the other things, and let me, you know what? I'll tell you what. Let me. I'm going to put this article up here right now so you guys can check it out, so you guys know where I'm referencing from. But Hunter Seven, great nonprofit organization doing stuff for post 9/11 veterans that with cancer and stuff like that. So check them out. Shout out to Hunter Seven. Again, no affiliation with them or whatnot. I just like their organization. They're good people down there. So you know, Ken, Ken brings up a good point. Since some of the VA clinics are better than going to experience outsource me to this. Yeah, so some of the VA clinics, I've definitely, like where I'm at locally. I got a great VA clinic here. I got a great primary care doctor here. Best I've had since being in the VA system. Absolutely love it out here, out east. They're great. Um, yeah, so that's, you know, and if you can get out of the VA system and into a private like a private care doctor, it's kind of hard too. It's hit or miss anywhere you go. You know what I'm saying? Um, Let me see here. There's another one that I want to send here to you guys here real quick. Here's a another article. I just posted that one as well. I came from a conservative post, but cut veteran disability. That one there is a little. I'm not really sure about that particular article. It's a little bit different, but I the Hunter Seven one I kind of liked a little bit more in my personal opinion, because it seemed more balanced. But some of the things that were on the chopping block, though, as well, with this whole budget cut was, and some of the things that were being assessed were retiring some of the bombers and fighter jet forces, replacing some of the military personnel with civilians. replacing some of the military personnel with civilians. We've seen that move in the past. And I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. Does it make sense? Is it cheaper to hire civilians as is than it would be having military personnel in there? What are your guys' thoughts on that? Replacing some military personnel with civilians. And that's probably like certain jobs that you see, uh, that's not uncommon. You probably got like some of your supply jobs and stuff like that on base, stuff like that. So instead of having a supply NCO in there or something, you might have a civilian running that. I don't know. I'm speculating right now, but that would make sense in some cases. But is it cheaper to do that? I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on this? There's a lot of things that are changing. So these were just some things I said last week that I wanted to kind of start talking a little bit more about, current events. And these two things just popped up, and they're, pretty close because we have a lot of veterans that watch the show. And I thought it would be something to discuss. Here's another thing. I'm going to switch the beat here a little bit. This one I think you guys are going to love. DOD, and this is the headline. This was the headline of this one. DOD pays media rating scammers to create propaganda and censorship tech for U.S. government. I'm going to let that one marinate for a second. DOD pays media rating scammers to create propaganda and censorship for tech, and censorship tech for U.S. government. Let me put that right there for y'all as well. That one just happened to pop up in my email. I got that, and I thought that was interesting. What does that mean? Do you think? What do you mean that they're paying media and scammers to create propaganda and censorship? Do you think this is new? Do you think that the DOD has paid the media that this is something new? Like, oh, now the DOD is getting into the media, because we've never seen that card played before, right? There was a thing called back in the 40s and 50s, Operation Mockingbird. Maybe some of you have looked that up. This is kind of along those lines. And there's going to be a new show coming to Heroes Media Group that talks specifically about stuff like this. There was an Air Force base, and I'm gonna give you a teaser right now. There was an Air Force base in California in the 50s and 60s and early 70s, where it was a building. It was an Air Force building. I shouldn't say a base. It was a building, and they created propaganda films for different organizations. I'm just going to put it like that. I'm going to just say different organizations right now, because you have to find out. We got the new show coming out. It comes out in probably about a month, but I'm just giving you guys a teaser. This stuff actually happens. You can look this stuff up. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. Every government has it. Yeah, you're right, JD. It's true. Here's the thing about this is that most people don't think the media and the propaganda stuff. Ken says it's called Hollywood. Ken, I agree 100% to a point. I'll say I agree 98% to a point, because there are some other assets to that, but it's true. A lot of certain organizations. And again, this is the part where I need you guys to share this stuff. We got to get people to start thinking critically and start looking this stuff up, because you can look at, again, just a quick history lesson back in the late 40s, 50s, and 60s is Operation Mockingbird was the government got into Hollywood and then into the media to work on, I don't want to say mind controlling, but it was propaganda to get things going. And a lot of it, honestly, a lot of it could call it modern day marketing right now, because there's a lot of things that do that as well. You're right. There's certain things that you have to look at. in it, and we're doing an entire show on this. This is a topic that I've been working on with a gentleman for, I don't know, the latter part of about 4 months, and we're getting close to launching the show. I don't want to get too detailed in it because when it launches, I want you guys to really jump on it and listen. But we're going to be talking about stuff like this, and it's not. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm not going one side or the other side. I'm telling you what we have found, and then giving you some samples of what to look for and look at, and then giving you that information so you can go make your own educated decision, because that's how it should be. That's how it should be, right? So it's very interesting time. A lot of crazy stuff going on. So yeah, I thought I would do something a little bit different this morning and start that off. I mean, I think it is definitely something that we need to be paying more and more attention to. So with that being said, listen, we got a new sponsor. Let me give a shout out to these guys real quick. I meant to do this at the beginning of the show. New sponsor, Motorcycle Safety Lawyers. It's a division of Schumann Legal Personal Injury Lawyers. They actually sponsor one of the shows. They sponsor Because Bikers Matter podcast as well. I'm sporting their shirt right there. Boom. Right there. Yeah, go check them out, motorcyclesafetylawyers.com. They sponsor many valuable training and services for significant discounts that can teach and help save lives and reduce injuries. For more information, visit motorcyclesafetylawyers.com. While you're there, make sure to enter for your chance to win $20,000 towards the make and model motorcycle of your choice. You get 2 VIP tickets to the Harley Davidson 120th anniversary and more. So make sure you go check it out. We'll see you on the road. Shiny side up, as always, right? So check it out, motorcyclesafetylawyers.com. Super pumped to have them on, repping their shirt here. And our boy Dave over at Because Biker Matter podcast was kind enough to send this out to me. So loving it. Hey, we got some events coming up here next week. What do we have here? Can I do a shameless plug on our new podcast? Sure, JD, go ahead. Do a plug. March 30th, Phoenix, Arizona. It's Vet Talks, this 9th annual veteran business networking and career event in conjunction with Career Connectors. This event brings together Arizona's award-winning military-friendly companies with veteran business professionals. So if you're in the Phoenix area, if you're in Arizona, anywhere near Arizona, and you're looking for a job, go down to the University of Phoenix on March 30th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it's I know there's a lot of UOP buildings down there in Phoenix. It's the one on South River Point Parkway. It's 4035 South River Point Parkway, and I'll put that up here in just a second. Go check it out and get some interviews and whatnot. If you're looking for a job, great place to go. American Veterans Ball coming up May 12th. I'm going to put this up right now because they still have just a few tickets left and very few sponsor tables left. And go check that out. And that's a good, click on that if you want, and you can, you'll be able to see where it is. Let me see if I can add this to that. Nope, it's not going to let me when I'm doing it live. I'll do it after the show. American Veterans Ball, May 12th. It's the only all-service ball in the country, and it's saluting our veterans. It's an awesome event. It's their 6th annual. We've done 4 out of the 6. It's a great time. It's going to be at the Gaylord National Resort. Listen, if you want to come out, if you get out here and you want to come in, send me a DM. Send me a DM this weekend and let me know that you want to go to this event. If you want to go to this event and you can get out here May 12th for this event, and you want to go in, send me a DM, and I'll get you into this event. You heard it right here. That offer's good through this weekend. All right? Christina, good morning, sis. How are you, dear? Appreciate you jumping on, as always. So, American Vegetable Ball, May 12th. Make sure you check that out. Hey, listen, our friends over at Team Atto, they got the Win a Bronco. I brought this up. They're still selling tickets. They're only selling 5,000 tickets. There's not much left, guys. You want your chance to win a 2022 custom Ford Bronco. This thing is beautiful. You're going to win the Bronco, and you're going to win $10,000 cash for tax tags and registration. Tickets are $100. You get a 1 in 5,000 chance. There is not an offer on the internet right now that has better odds than that right there. Win the Bronco. Or win it if you don't want it, then let me have it. I'll take it. I don't mind. This thing's beautiful. We've got our tickets. Make sure you get yours. All right. I'll post all this stuff up after the show. What else do we got? Hey, I know you guys can't see that because my lighting in here sucks, but HMG coffee. Ken's drinking his coffee right now. My buddy Ken, he drinks the Brazilian. We got 7 different blends, and if you use promo code HMG, you're going to get 10% off. Sign up for the subscription. I got coffee galore. Let's get some coffee out. Listen, guys, let me say this. Hear me when I say this. I know the coffee business in the veteran community, is quite frankly oversaturated. But here's what you do. When you buy from us, here's what stands out. One, you're getting a 1-pound bag, a full 16 ounces. Most companies, you get 12 ounces. You're getting 16 ounces with us for $1 more on average, right? The other thing is we take the proceeds from this, a percentage of the proceeds goes back into Community Heroes. We work with various nonprofit organizations to help veterans and fellow community heroes to get the things that they need, all right? So when you purchase this coffee, you're helping out community heroes, and you're getting very high quality, the best coffee in the world. Best coffee in the world. Yeah, Ken, and here's the thing. Ken, thank you for bringing this up, Ken. So we offer whole bean and ground. Most people take the ground because it's just convenient. However, if you really want to taste the coffee, buy the whole bean. If you don't, I don't have a grinder. Go on Amazon, buy a $15 grinder, and grind the coffee yourself. It's a night and day difference. Seriously, I get it. If you order it ground, I'll grind it for you. I'll send it to you. You'll have it. I'm telling you, whole bean, it just tastes a little bit different, and it's pretty damn good. Andrew, what's up, brother? From sunny Florida, appreciate you jumping on. So again, if you go to hmgcoffee.com or hmgbeverage.com and you purchase the coffee, use promo code HMG, you'll get 10% off at checkout. That's always good. And sign up for a monthly subscription. You'll never run out of coffee. We'll send you coffee, and you can change your orders every other month. You know, if you've tried something for so long, and you're just like, hey, you know what, I want to try something else for a while, go ahead and change it, and we'll send it to you. Not a problem. So check that out. And if you're unsure, we got sample packs. We got our Lucky 7 bundle pack, so you can check that out. All right, let's get into some of the shows. I am, 35 minutes into this show, and we're just getting into the shows. I'm loving this. I love you guys for staying with me. Stay with me. Make sure you share this, because if you're just jumping on right now and you missed the first half of the show, go back and watch it, because we talked a lot of important things. But now let's get into some of these shows. We had some great shows this week, and I want to start off with Pushing Back Chaos, because they're talking about gods and monsters. Gods and monsters. And this one here, it was Mike and Raph, and they talked about kind of the nuisances that can make someone commit to being a god to a monster, or vice versa? And are you talking about like are you talking about God and monster? What are you talking about? They use the feeling that you're playing God when you're actually being a monster. And one of the examples they use is like the guards, Nazi Germany, those guards. I'm not even going to get into the details of this because it's kind of it's a little I don't want to say gruesome, but it's just kind of like it opens your minds, and this is something I think everybody can relate to. It's a very delicate subject, and it's a delicate balance of being a monster or a god. It can really happen to anybody or any organization or any group of people. But it was a heck of a episode this week, and I encourage you guys to listen to it because it's very eye-opening. So that's this week's Pushing Back Chaos. And again, real quick, next time, listen, you can go check out all of these shows. I'm going to have them posted right here in this thread after the live, or you could go to heroesmediagroup.com and check them out. Next up, we got the Decision Hour with yours truly, and this week, it's all about Dirt Church. Dirt Church. What do I mean by that? I had the pleasure of talking to a new friend that I made. Recently, you guys saw me up at the Great American Outdoor Expo back in February, and I met some folks from the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. They had a booth up there, specifically the Fellowship of Christian Athletes outdoors program. Mr. Ed Stratton, he is the regional director up in New York. And he also heads up their FCA motocross and off-road. He's the off-road director. So, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, the history of it. So Ed dives in and kind of talks a little bit about the history of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes and what they've done with coaches and athletes and whatnot. And then we talk about the outdoors side of it. And we talk about how Ed got involved in the ministry and his love for outdoors and motocross. And now he serves full-time as area director with two specific areas of focus, the Northeast Outdoors Director and the New York Fellowship of Christian Athletes Motocross and Off-Road Director. And one of the coolest things I think you're going to hear in this episode of the Decision Hour is Ed talks about Dirt Church. If you're into motocross or whatnot, you're constantly traveling on the weekends and whatnot, and some people that want to get closer to God don't get the opportunity to go to church. And that is one of the things that Ed and his group do is they set up out on the track, and they call it Dirt Church. And it's really cool. We wrap the show up with Ed sharing a very personal Decision Hour moment as he explains his feelings as being lost in the center and separated from God. And it's a very powerful message. So check it out. That's this week's The Decision Hour. JD, I'm getting to yours here in just a second, man. Let me see here. Environmentally Speaking, go check them out. They'll have some new stuff coming up. The Power of Investing in People podcast with Shay Sparks this week. That is not the title that we're supposed to be using. So I've already messed that up. But this week, Shay is what are some top red flags in a relationship? What are some green flags? Are there negative patterns that we're missing in a relationship? In this episode, Shay brings to light some red and green flags in romantic and leadership relationship. There's always an opposite side of the coin. So what would be a green flag that could contradict a red flag? Interesting topic. I'm going to change this up here because it's like 7 principles of relationships and red flags title. Shay, I messed that up. Sorry. But go check it out, the Power Investing in People podcast with Shay Sparks. Next up, we got the Arms Room Show. every Monday, 2 p.m. Arizona time. This week, they're discussing attempting the reality of emergencies. It's more than just a cute catchphrase. Check it out. Listen, and I'm going to say this again. If you are in the Arizona area, whether you're in Arizona or not, but you want to do some training, whether it's medical training or firearms training, get a hold of the Arms Room guys down there. They have a company called Independence Training. Amazing. Any questions I have with firearms or whatnot, Glenn's is the first person I go to. So go check them out. Next up, we got Chasing Happiness. This week, get ready to swipe right on this episode of Chasing Happiness podcast because we have special guest who is going to help us unlock the secrets of goal setting and motivation. Tim Vandy, New York Times bestselling ghostwriter, joins the show and talks motivation and goal setting and what you can do to live a more fulfilling life. So check that out. That's this week's Chasing Happiness. Next up, we got the Hack Life with our man Joel Evan, our community hero here at HMG, right? Didn't put out a new episode himself, but I want you to go check out his Facebook page because it's Joel Evan Coaching. Joel, for those of you that don't know, Joel is a former San Francisco police officer, and he left the department because he wouldn't take the jab. He recently was on Office Hour TV with David Metzler, and you can see and watch that on Apple TV. It's exclusively on Apple TV. And if you're not sure who David Metzler is, you need to Google him, especially if you're in the business world, because he's pretty cool. So check that out. Go check him out. Joel Evan Coaching. That's this week's The Hack Life. Next up, we got Label Free Podcast, Fighting Gender Discrimination in the 70s. This week's guest, Linda Stradler. Women have long faced discrimination in the workplace, and it's still true today to some aspects of it, right? From being told they should stay in the kitchen, to being denied job opportunities, to facing sexual harassment and assault, women have had to fight hard for their rights in the workplace. One example of this discrimination is the story of Linda Stradler. She was the first woman to be hired as a U.S. Forest Service fire crew. Linda was 20 when she applied for the job and was met with resistance from her male co-workers. She was told that women belong in the kitchen, and then she was told to quit and find something else to do with her life. Despite this, she persisted, worked for the Forest Service for 7 years. During that time, she had to prove herself to her male co-workers, often working harder than them to show that she was just as capable as they were. And she shares that story and more on this week's Label Free Podcast. Check it out. Next up, Because Bikers Matter podcast, sponsored by, right here, sponsored by Motorcycle Safety Lawyers. This week, Women in the Wind. Great episode with special guest Becky Brown, who is the founder of Women in the Wind. It's a riding motorcycle is thrilling. It's a liberating experience, right? It's very therapeutic as well. But it can be dangerous if proper safety measures are not taken. Women in the Wind is an organization that promotes safety and education for female riders. Founded in 1979 by Becky Brown, Women in the Wind has grown to include, get this, 130 chapters in 8 countries. It's amazing. This was a really cool episode. Go check it out, especially if you're a rider. Because Bikers Matter podcast. Next up, we got Time to Shine Today with our man Scott Ferguson, a radio DJ and stand-up comedian's guide to helping you level up. Interview with motivational firewood guy Steve Gamlin. As the motivational firewood guy, Steve Gamlin blends back to basic positivity, visualization, and humor, teaching his clients to see their desired outcomes, understand their why, and become action plans to achieve them. I love this episode. This is via his Vision Board Mastery Program. Here's a question for you. How many of you out there have a vision board? If you don't, I encourage you to start one. And this was a really cool episode, back into it. So check it out. Time to shine today. Stay with me, guys. We got your 6 at 6 with the People's Patriot Project every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Go check it out. They do a round table. They got some great guests up there. So check that out. God's Good Table. Love these ladies. They're doing phenomenal work. Go follow them on their Instagram page because they're putting up a bunch of video content. Follow them on Instagram at God's Good Table. Great stuff going on over there. The MSEC podcast from our friends over at Military Child Education Coalition. This week, strengthen relationships and build memories. This week, National Military Family Association joins us to discuss their Operation Purple programs, which offers camps and retreats for military kids and their families at locations around the country. Operation Purple gives military families kind of a repeat from daily life and strengthens unity within the homes and whatnot. So check this out. This was a great episode. If you're not following Military Child Education Coalition, do so, especially if you have kids at home that are still in school. They have a ton of great resources over there at MSEC, so check it out. Last, certainly not least this week, before we get into the sponsors and some new ones, the S3 with JD, as he was spouting off here earlier. What does he have? JD, Lady M, they break down free agency periods so far, what's been going on. They look at what notable quarterbacks have been signed, and they give their top 5 free agents remaining on both the offense and defensive side. Plus, JD breaks down the Patriots and Cardinals moves so far in free agency. Those of you that don't know, JD's a huge Pats fan, and him being down there in the old Pueblo down in the desert, he covers all of our AZ sports as well. So well done. Make sure you check it out. That is this week's The S3 with JD. Sponsors. Hey, listen, I got to give a shout out, and please, guys, go check out these sponsors because they're absolutely amazing. First off, we got Carrabba's down in Fayetteville. That's near Fort Bragg. Go check it out. That's the one on 4209 Sycamore Dairy Road. Love those guys down there. Great folks down there. My tax fella, it's tax season. Taxes are due here in just a couple of weeks. If you're not done with them and you're sitting there flipping through all your crap and you're just like, I don't want to do this, go contact my friend Anthony and his folks over at My Tax Fella. Let them help you out. Get it done right. You'll be happy that you did. Go to mytaxfella.com. Check it out. JB Auto Clothiers. I didn't wear my jacket today because I had some ink done by one of our other sponsors, who I'll mention here in just a second. But JB Auto Clothiers, we're going hard nationally right now. It's a custom made to measure jacket or a full-blown suit. We do skirts for the ladies as well. You got to check it out because we're made right here in America. We have a bunch of different patterns to choose from. We'll get you measured. It's custom made for you, all right? For you. And it's made in America. Next up, we got Alibi Tattoo. Love these guys. It's if you ever in the Pennsylvania area or you're passing through, you want some serious ink done, or if you want to have some ink removed. Now they offer tattoos, but they also offer ink removal, tattoo removal as well. And they also do piercings there. I was down there yesterday for a bit, had some work done on my arm, and absolutely love it. My guy, my artist down there is Eric, a.k.a. Poke, my buddy Poke, Army veteran, so it's always cool going in, chatting it up with him. Barry's the owner, and Barry's a great guy. Love chatting with those folks. They're just very, very down-to-earth people, and we appreciate them sponsoring the network this year. So thank you, Alibi Tattoo. We appreciate you guys. Honor Brewing. Honor Brewing is another newer organization with us. And we're looking forward. They're just based outside of D.C., and they got a new property that they're going to be opening up soon. So we're looking forward to going down to seeing that. But go check out Honor Brewing. They got some great beers for sale. Forget Genetics. For all of you hunters out there, you want the big ones coming in and you want them staying in your woods, go check out Forget Genetics. ForgetGenetics.com. Go say hello to my man Barry. He's the one that owns that. Another Army veteran. Great stuff. Motorcycle Safety Lawyers. That's our newest one. Boom. Check it out right there. If you ride, you need to contact these folks. Absolutely love what this organization does. They will definitely take care of you. Barry, there he is, my man Barry from Forget Genetics. Appreciate you, brother. Absolutely. Gabe, what's up, brother? So go check out our new one of our newer sponsors, motorcyclesafetylawyers.com. Check them out. And then last but not least, we got another new sponsor, Get a Hold Brewing. If you are down in the Arkansas area, you have to go check out Get a Hold Brewing. Go stop by. We'll put the address up here after the show. Wendy and her husband moved down there a couple years ago, and Wendy's been a longtime friend of mine, and they are actually helping support and sponsor the HMG Foundation, which is our nonprofit organization that is a sister organization to the media side of things here. So hopefully we'll have some more information if you're interested. We got a nonprofit, 501c3. It's called the HMG Foundation. Website's not up yet. We're still working on it, but we're getting there. Listen, if you are, so thank you sponsors. Appreciate you. If you're listening to this, if you're watching this, if you know somebody that's a podcaster and they want to grow their audience, we want you here at the HMG family. Get them on HMG. Let's get them on here. If you're an author and you got a book and you want to turn it into an audiobook, we want to help you. That's something that we can do. Let's help you. Help us help you. That's it. It's raining here right now. Can you believe that? It's gonna be a wet day today. This was a good show. I think it was a good show. Definitely the longest weekly wrap-up I've ever done thus far in the years that I've been doing this. Thank you all for participating today. Make sure you share this. If you're just joining us, go listen to the first half of the show as I talk about budget cuts, TikTok, media, propaganda, and then events and stuff like that. So, JD, am I going to have to put a warning label on the coffee for you, JD? Yeah, I know how you get. Don't go dying on me now. Anyway, listen, I'm going to let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. But before you go, remember, be the light in someone's dark. Smile a lot. Make someone laugh. Know someone cares. God bless you. God bless America. I love you all. I'll see you guys next week.